Philosophers talk to our times, the historian's perspective. So what's the point of history then? It's a real question, and one that, when I was 50 years ago, when I was reading the Ladybird version of Hegel, seemed to me to be obvious. The point of history, as a child I thought, was to tell the story of how we got to be so good and everybody else just looked on in envy. This was the history I was taught as a boy. Were you taught it? A history of epochs, where things like the Elizabethan era changed everything, where gradually Parliament emerged, and that was a good thing, where gradually the monarchy became a constitutional thing, and that was very heaven, where the British Empire sold freedom and railways to the world. It was a very seductive story if you're 8. And the 8-year-olds who govern us and form all our political parties would still so love it to be true. And yes, of course, that great account of history, that great story, is only possible if you remember one aspect of history and forget the rest. You see, we are all at the end of time. Whether we're Hegel writing, "This is the end of history," in the 1830s in praise of Russian bureaucracy, or we're Fukuyama in the 1990s writing, "This is the end of history," living as he thought in liberal democracies that would gradually become the norm with their neoliberal policies. We all live in the end of history, because in the end, history, being, ends with our death. That's just Heidegger, who says that being exists all through the past, up to the moment you are, in you. And when you die, what then? The world, a world, truly dies in you. We are all then at the end of history. But that history did not lead to us. And of course, because it never did, the problem with Whig history is that it wants to assert violently a truth that was actually only possible through its endless sufferings that is not forgotten. Where would the British Empire have been without the opium trade? Or without the ability to plunder one of the richest cultures in the world? To replace the efficient food production of India with famine and disaster? Or the ability to enslave Africa or destroy the Amerindians? All of these were the cost of British greatness, after all. Whig history, then, is a poison the West blinds itself with and takes now at its peril.